Hi everyone, my name's Phillip Ebbs. I'm a paramedic, a senior lecturer in paramedicine, and I also head the paramedic program at the Charles Sturt University Port Macquarie campus. If you're thinking about being a paramedic in Australia, there are a few things I'd like you to think about. The first thing that you might want to consider is employment rates. There are lots of people who want to be paramedics in Australia, and there are lots of students in paramedic programs across Australian universities. One thing you might want to do is think about choosing a university that has high graduate employment rates. Now that information is available on the QILT website, the Quality Indicators in Learning and Teaching website, and we'll put that website address on the screen. Jobs are really important. You don't want to do a 3 or 4 year paramedic degree and not get a job at the end. So make sure you go with a university that's got a great graduate employment track record. Another thing you might want to consider is the resources that are available at the university that you're studying paramedicine in. So you might want to think about how advanced are the simulation labs. You might want to think about how many full-time academics are on staff in that paramedic program. You might want to consider, am I going to be taught by paramedics or am I going to be taught by people who have never been paramedics? And mind you, in good programs, there's usually a mix of both. Might be a 50-50 mix in some circumstances. So thinking about the resources, that is not only the physical resources, simulation labs, lecture rooms and things like that, but also the quality of the academic staff and the people who are going to be invested into your teaching and your learning. That's another thing that you might want to think about. A good place to go to look at the type of experience that a course has and the type of resources that are available in a course might be at the Council of Ambulance Authorities website, which is CAA. We're going to put that website address up on the screen now. If you go there, you can actually have a look at all the paramedic programs across Australia and New Zealand, and you can see what level of accreditation different programs have. Those levels of accreditation generally refer to the amount of time that a university has been offering a program, therefore the amount of experience that the university has in delivering paramedic courses, and also the amount of resources that are ploughed into that program. Now, another thing you might want to think about is the experience you're going to have at university, and that's whether you're a school leaver or a mature age student or come from a diverse background. What type of experience do you want to have at university? Do you want to, for example, do your placements overseas? Do you want to have opportunities to work or practice as a paramedic under supervision in different states? Or do you want to just stay in the state that you're in at the moment? Do you want to have experience in regional and remote areas or just have experiences in metropolitan areas? These are all the types of questions you might want to think about when it comes to choosing the paramedic degree that you want to do or choosing the university you want to study with, because different universities do different things in that space. Other things to think about is how active is the student clubs at that campus, and paramedics have the paramedic students run what they call Student Paramedics Australasia, the SPA club, which is at almost all paramedic universities across Australia. Some of them are really active, some of them aren't so active, but the students at those campuses can tell you, well, this is what it's like being a student in this program at Yadi-Da University. So have a look at the experience from that point of view as well. Lastly, I just want to say something, and this is really important. If you're a school leaver, a mature age student, an Indigenous Australian, if you come from a culturally or linguistically diverse background, then please consider some of the universities like CSU. Great paramedic programs like having diversity in their programs. They like having diversity because in paramedic programs, if you've got a diverse group of students, they can all learn from one another. They can all learn about their backgrounds and where they're from and what it's like growing up on a farm, or what it's like growing up in a regional or remote location, or what it's like growing up in the centre of town or in the centre of the city, or even what it's like growing up overseas. What type of cultural issues everyone has to deal with. So there are a few things that you might want to think about if you're considering studying to be a paramedic in Australia. There's lots of information out there. Make sure you get well informed, and I hope you make a great choice. All the best.